Have you ever found yourself wondering if growing older means leaving behind feelings of passion and connection? Society often whispers that aging dims our desires and that the spark fades. But what if that belief is far from the truth? What if, instead, growing older is a chance to deepen emotional bonds and rediscover intimacy in more meaningful ways? In this video, we invite you to reflect on how aging can open the door to lasting connection, self-love, and joy. Because no matter the age, the heart still longs for warmth, comfort, and companionship. We live in a world where aging is often misunderstood. Many believe that with time, our emotional and physical connections weaken. But today we will share the heartfelt story of Mrs. Grace, a 78-year-old woman who has embraced her journey with courage and grace. Her story challenges the stereotypes about intimacy and aging, showing us that the golden years can be filled with love, self-acceptance, and profound emotional connections. Let Mrs. Grace's experiences inspire you to cherish each moment and to believe that it's never too late to rediscover the joy of being deeply connected with yourself and with others. Mrs. Grace's story is a testament to the idea that aging is not a limitation but an opportunity for growth and rediscovery. In her early 60s, Grace found herself at a crossroads. After years of focusing on raising her family and fulfilling societal expectations, she realized she had neglected her own desires and passions. This moment of reflection became the catalyst for her journey towards self-love and emotional healing. Embracing self-love. Grace began her transformation by acknowledging her need for self-care. She started simple, taking morning walks in the park, feeling the cool breeze on her face, and allowing herself to enjoy small pleasures. These quiet moments became sacred, helping her reconnect with her body and mind. She took up yoga and mindfulness meditation, practices that taught her to listen to her body and be present in the moment. Over time, Grace noticed that intimacy wasn't about youth or appearance. It was about comfort in her own skin and confidence in expressing her desires. Overcoming societal judgment. Like many women her age, Grace struggled with societal judgments surrounding intimacy in later life. She recalled the awkward glances and dismissive comments when she mentioned dating again. At first, these reactions stirred feelings of shame. However, Grace chose to confront these stigmas head-on. She educated herself about healthy aging and read stories of other seniors who embraced their desires without shame. She joined online forums where older adults openly discussed relationships, intimacy, and emotional well-being. This sense of community helped Grace realize she wasn't alone and that societal norms needed to be challenged, not obeyed. Empowerment through acceptance. With a newfound sense of freedom, Grace started volunteering at a local community center, offering support to other seniors navigating loneliness and self-doubt. This experience became a turning point. Not only did Grace build lasting friendships, but she also rediscovered passions she had put aside. Painting, dancing, and writing poetry. Engaging in creative outlets allowed her to express feelings she had once suppressed. She even organized workshops encouraging older adults to explore their creative sides, emphasizing that age should never hinder self-expression. Exploring new relationships. Grace also opened herself to the possibility of love. She began attending social gatherings for seniors where she met James, a widower who shared her love for art and literature. Their bond grew slowly but meaningfully, rooted in shared experiences and mutual respect. Grace learned that intimacy in later life isn't rushed or superficial. It's intentional, nurturing, and profoundly fulfilling. Their relationship taught her that love isn't exclusive to the young. It evolves and deepens with age. Prioritizing mental and emotional health. Understanding the importance of mental health, Grace sought therapy to process feelings of loss and fear. This proactive step allowed her to confront emotional baggage and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Grace's therapist introduced her to journaling, a habit that became a therapeutic outlet for her thoughts and emotions. Through writing, Grace unpacked decades of societal pressure and self-doubt, emerging stronger and more self-assured. Building a support network. One of Grace's most significant realizations was the value of community. She formed a support group for women over 60 where they met weekly to discuss topics like self-worth, intimacy, and overcoming fear. These gatherings fostered deep connections and empowered participants to embrace their identities unapologetically. Grace's group became a haven, reminding everyone that they were never alone in their struggles. Celebrating the golden years. Grace embraced aging not as a decline but as a celebration. She traveled to places she had always dreamed of visiting, from the serene beaches of California to art museums in New York. These adventures reignited her zest for life and became symbols of her commitment to live fully. Grace's story is a reminder that aging gracefully is about honoring yourself, exploring new opportunities, and cultivating emotional and physical intimacy without fear or regret. Emily, a vibrant 30-year-old woman, found herself overwhelmed by the pressure of societal expectations. She feared that aging would slowly strip away her sense of self and diminish her ability to experience intimacy. Feeling anxious and uncertain about the future, Emily sought out Mrs. Grace for guidance. Grace, with a warm smile and a heart full of experience, welcomed Emily into her cozy living room, where stories of love and resilience lingered in every corner. Emily's curiosity and concerns. Emily expressed her worries about maintaining emotional and physical connections as she aged. She confided that the fear of losing her attractiveness and emotional closeness in relationships haunted her thoughts. Grace listened patiently, nodding with understanding. She reassured Emily that such fears are natural but can be transformed into opportunities for growth. Grace's perspective on evolving desire. Grace shared her own journey of rediscovering intimacy after turning 60. She explained how desires evolve, not disappearing but becoming more meaningful and emotionally fulfilling. Grace highlighted the importance of understanding that intimacy in later life is deeply rooted in emotional connection and mutual respect, rather than purely physical attraction. She encouraged Emily to focus on nurturing her emotional well-being, which naturally enhances relationships. Practical advice for managing anxiety. Grace introduced Emily to several self-help practices that had helped her overcome anxiety about aging. She emphasized the power of journaling, suggesting Emily write daily reflections about her emotions and experiences. This practice, Grace explained, helps in identifying fears and reframing negative thoughts. Grace also recommended mindfulness meditation and gentle yoga to foster a stronger mind-body connection. These practices, she explained, create space for self-acceptance and emotional resilience. Stories of shared experience. To help Emily feel less alone in her journey, Grace shared stories of friends who had faced similar fears. One story was about Margaret, a widow in her 70s, who overcame loneliness by joining a local art class. This experience reignited Margaret's passion for painting and led her to build meaningful friendships. Grace emphasized that seeking community and engaging in fulfilling activities could greatly reduce anxiety about aging. Breaking free from fear. Grace gently challenged Emily to question societal standards that dictate how women should age. She spoke about how society often portrays aging as a decline, but in reality, it's a transformation. Grace encouraged Emily to embrace this phase of life with confidence, viewing each new year as an opportunity to grow emotionally and spiritually. By letting go of the fear of judgment, Emily could forge deeper, more authentic relationships, strengthening emotional connections. Grace and Emily explored ways to build and maintain strong emotional connections. Grace advised Emily to prioritize honest communication in relationships and to seek partners who value emotional intimacy. She also encouraged Emily to surround herself with supportive friends who uplift and inspire her. Grace shared how building emotional bonds over shared experiences brings a lasting sense of fulfillment. Developing self-compassion. Recognizing that self-doubt was holding Emily back, Grace introduced the concept of self-compassion. She explained that treating oneself with kindness during difficult times is essential for emotional health. Grace suggested Emily practice daily affirmations and self-encouragement, fostering a mindset of self-love and acceptance. By the end of their conversation, Emily felt lighter and more hopeful. She realized that aging could be a beautiful journey rather than something to fear. Grace's wisdom helped Emily understand that intimacy and emotional connection only deepen with time. Inspired by Grace's guidance, Emily decided to explore new hobbies, build deeper friendships, and embrace the aging process with an open heart. Continuing the conversation. Grace invited Emily to join a local support group for women of all ages to continue these meaningful conversations. This group offered a safe space to share fears, joys, and life lessons about intimacy, aging, and emotional health. Emily felt comforted knowing she wasn't alone in her struggles and was eager to connect with others on a similar journey, living authentically. Grace reminded Emily that living authentically, embracing her true self without fear of judgment, is the key to lasting happiness and intimacy. Grace's encouragement empowered Emily to pursue relationships and experiences that align with her values and bring genuine joy. Emily left Grace's home with a renewed sense of purpose and self-confidence. Grace's compassionate wisdom showed her that aging is not something to dread but a new chapter filled with opportunities for love, connection, and personal growth. Aging is often viewed through a lens of decline, but experts in psychology and gerontology emphasize that it can be a time of emotional growth, deeper connections, and personal fulfillment. Mrs. Grace's story is further enriched by the wisdom of professionals who highlight how emotional health and intimacy evolve with age. Ecological perspective on aging and emotional health. Dr. Sarah Thompson, a psychologist specializing in aging, explains that emotional resilience tends to strengthen with age. Contrary to popular belief, older adults often experience greater emotional stability and a more balanced perspective on life. Dr. Thompson emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and processing emotions to maintain mental well-being. She suggests practices such as mindfulness meditation and cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to help manage anxiety and fears about aging. According to her, embracing emotions rather than suppressing them allows for deeper self-awareness and emotional growth. Physical health and its role in emotional well-being. Dr. Michael Reed, a gerontologist, stresses the critical connection between physical health and emotional wellness. He explains that maintaining a healthy lifestyle, through regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate sleep, directly impacts emotional health. Physical activities like yoga, walking, or swimming can improve mood by releasing endorphins, reducing anxiety, and fostering self-care. Grace shares how practicing gentle yoga and adopting a nutritious diet helped her feel more energetic and emotionally balanced, enhancing her sense of intimacy and connection. The impact of sexual health in later life. Sexual health remains an essential aspect of well-being, even as people age. Dr. Reed highlights that open communication about sexual desires and concerns is vital in later life relationships. He encourages older adults to seek medical advice when facing physical changes that affect intimacy. Grace reflects on how honest conversations with her partner allowed them to adapt and maintain a fulfilling relationship. She believes that embracing sexual health as a part of overall wellness fosters deeper emotional connections. Community and social engagement. Social connections play a significant role in emotional health as we age. Dr. Thompson highlights that loneliness and social isolation can lead to emotional distress and even physical health issues. She advises older adults to stay engaged with their community through volunteering, attending social events, or joining clubs. Grace recounts how joining a local book club not only reignited her passion for literature, but also connected her with like-minded individuals, enriching her social life and emotional well-being. Creative expression as a tool for emotional resilience. Art therapy and creative expression are powerful ways to process emotions and enhance mental health. Dr. Thompson advocates for engaging in creative outlets such as painting, writing, or music to foster emotional resilience. Inspired by this, Grace began writing poetry to express her thoughts and feelings, finding comfort and joy in creative expression. She also attended art classes, where she built friendships with people who shared her interests, further deepening her emotional connections. The role of mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness practices have been proven to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Dr. Thompson recommends mindfulness meditation as a way to stay present and manage anxiety about aging. Grace shares how daily meditation helped her become more attuned to her emotions and accept the natural changes that come with age. Mindfulness allowed her to focus on positive experiences and let go of fear and self-doubt, fostering a sense of peace and fulfillment. Building emotional resilience through lifelong learning. Continued learning is another key to emotional well-being. Dr. Reed suggests that engaging in lifelong learning, whether through formal education or self-study, keeps the mind active and provides a sense of purpose. Grace enrolled in online courses on art history and creative writing, which stimulated her mind and connected her with diverse communities. Learning new things gave her confidence and excitement for the future. Support systems and therapy. Professional support, such as counseling or support groups, can be invaluable for emotional health. Dr. Thompson encourages older adults to seek therapy if they struggle with anxiety, depression, or loneliness. Grace participated in group therapy sessions that focused on aging gracefully and overcoming fear. These sessions provided her with coping strategies and a safe space to share her experiences. The emotional support from peers allowed her to navigate the challenges of aging with greater ease, embracing change and finding purpose. Experts agree that embracing change is fundamental to emotional well-being. Dr. Reed explains that finding purpose through hobbies, volunteering, or mentoring can greatly improve one's outlook on life. Grace found purpose by mentoring younger women, sharing her experiences and guiding them through their own emotional journeys. This sense of purpose enriched her life and deepened her emotional fulfillment. By integrating these expert insights, Grace's story becomes a powerful example of how emotional health and intimacy can flourish with age. Her journey shows that through mindfulness, community, creative expression, and proactive health practices, aging can be a time of profound growth and meaningful connection. Mrs. Grace's journey beautifully demonstrates that aging is not a period of loss but a season of transformation and growth. Her story proves that intimacy, emotional connection, and self-love can flourish at any stage of life. By breaking free from societal expectations and embracing change, Grace discovered a deeper sense of purpose and joy. Her courage to redefine intimacy and emotional well-being serves as a powerful reminder that the golden years can be filled with passion, connection, and endless possibilities. We all have the opportunity to rewrite the narrative of aging, embracing every moment with confidence and grace. Now take a moment to reflect on Mrs. Grace's inspiring journey. Have you faced similar fears or discovered new joys in your own life as you age? Share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Let's start a meaningful conversation about embracing aging with confidence. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting stories and practical advice on healthy aging, emotional well-being, and building lasting connections. Join our community in celebrating the beauty of every stage of life.